What would you do if the justice system you believed in failed you? Would you walk away? Or take the law into your own hands? What happens when a man decides the law isn't enough, and chooses to hunt down those he believes the system failed to punish? In the quiet expanse of Anchorage, Alaska, a figure emerged from the shadows. Some would call him a hero. Others, a criminal. They called him the Alaskan Avenger. But before the nickname, before the headlines, there was Jason Vukovich, a man with a list, a mission, and a past that would ignite a storm. This is the story of Jason Vukovich, the man who came to be known as the Alaskan Avenger. To some, he's a hero, a punisher delivering justice where the courts had failed. To others, he's no different from the people he targeted, a criminal who crossed the line and never looked back. But the truth is far messier. Beneath the headlines lies a childhood scarred by violence, a mission born from deep personal trauma, and a series of events that would divide an entire city. Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more this story blurs the lines between justice and vengeance. Welcome to Crime and Consequence. Anchorage, Alaska, where snow-blanketed peaks surround a tight-knit city, and the air smells of pine and saltwater. It's a place where people leave their doors unlocked. Or at least, they used to. In the summer of 2016, that sense of safety shattered. First came the rumors, a man in a black leather jacket showing up unannounced, always after dark. Then, the first confirmed incident. On a quiet morning, Charles Albee was at home, enjoying the stillness. Then, 3 sharp knocks. When he opened the door, a tall man stood there, dark hair brushing his shoulders, eyes locked with unsettling intensity. Before Charles could speak, the man forced his way in, the door slamming shut behind him. He ordered Charles to sit on the bed. Then, an open-handed slap. Not just to hurt, but to assert control. And then came the reveal. From inside his jacket, the man pulled out a worn notebook. Names filled its pages. Charles' name was there. The man didn't stay long. He left with a few belongings. But what he truly stole was something invisible. The piece Charles had left. When the police arrived, Charles revealed a detail that made this break-in different. In 2003, he had been convicted of abusing a minor. His address had been listed publicly on the offender registry. 3 nights later, another call came in. Different house. Same story. This time, the target was Andres Balbosa. It was late, well past midnight, when pounding echoed through his home. When Andres opened the door, the same man stood there. But now, he wasn't alone, 2 women flanked him. They barged in. Violence followed. Andres was beaten, robbed. And one of the women recorded the entire ordeal on a phone. Like Charles, Andres had a past, added to the offender registry in 2014 for possessing inappropriate images of minors. By now, police could see the pattern. This wasn't random. The intruder was picking his targets from the registry itself. But the question was, why? Was this a vigilante crusade fueled by outrage? Or something more personal? That uncertainty ended with the next attack, because this time, the violence escalated beyond anything Anchorage had seen. A frantic 911 call. When officers arrived, they stepped into a scene that looked like a war zone inside someone's home. The victim, another man with a conviction involving minors, described a terrifying encounter. The intruder came armed with a hammer. He demanded the man kneel. When he refused, the intruder swung hard, catching him across the face. By now, Anchorage wasn't just worried, it was split down the middle. In coffee shops and on local talk radio, debates raged. Some called the man in black a savior, cleaning up where the justice system had failed. Others saw him as dangerous, a man who could just as easily target the wrong person. Police were under immense pressure. They increased patrols, chased every lead. Then came the break they needed. A convenience store's security camera captured a man matching the suspect's description, buying tools eerily similar to those used in the break-ins. He was driving a stolen vehicle traced to one of the victims. Officers followed the trail to the city's outskirts, where they found the abandoned car. Inside, the notebook, items taken from the victims, and personal belongings that tied everything together. They didn't wait. A raid was launched on a nearby residence. In a dim room, with the smell of cigarette smoke hanging in the air, they found him. Jason Vukovic, calm, almost indifferent, as the officers closed in. The arrest made national headlines. But the real drama played out in court. The prosecution presented the case with clinical precision: break-ins, assaults, thefts, all backed by physical evidence. They acknowledged the nature of the victims' pasts, but insisted the law couldn't bend based on emotion. The defense told a different story. They revealed a boyhood scarred by abuse. They argued that Vukovic's life had been shaped by trauma, and that his actions, while illegal, were driven by a belief that he was protecting others. Teachers, neighbors, even family members testified to his troubled upbringing. The jury wrestled with the complexity. In the end, Vukovic was found guilty on multiple counts. But his sentence was tempered by the recognition of what he'd endured as a child. In interviews, Vukovic spoke with a mix of remorse and defiance. He admitted to causing fear, but he stopped short of saying he wished he hadn't done it. His view was simple: the system failed him, and others. The offender registry, he said, could help protect communities. But it could also be a roadmap for people like him. The debate hasn't stopped. Was Jason Vukovic a hero? Or a criminal? And deeper still, should justice ever be left in the hands of one man? So I'll ask you, if the law couldn't protect someone you loved, what would you do? If you found this case compelling, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks. See you on the next video, Crime and Consequence.